continue?
No.
No. Okay. So the yes is at 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the no's, 1.
Could you hold the camera? Frank, could you hold the camera for a little while? I need to set up my tripod.
10 yes, 8 no.
Put it around your neck.
Okay, Nia is
Put it around
next.
your neck. You don't lose it.
Like to amend the agenda, to end the meeting at 9:45, because we need to be out of here. Point of order, Madam Chair.
Second?
Yes?
Do we,
Yes.
do we hear the, could the secretary please read that roll again? I've got a different number.
I counted each one.
Okay. Maybe somebody called my list.
Well, secretary.
Yes, I know you are.
Please,
Well,
we need to move on here. Please check with the secretary later. Nia.
All right.
Nia has the floor.
I move that we close the meeting at 9:45 because we need to be out of here by 10 p.m. I'm not ending the meeting at 10 p.m.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any objection to ending the meeting at 9:45? There's an objection. All right, all those in favor of ending at 9:45?
I'd like to speak to that.
All right.
We have a lot of business tonight. I think there should be an open-ended meeting until we're done.
Sir, do we have somebody? Yes.
I represent the building, not the job.
Thank you.
The business is taking us a later date, a later time.
Okay, so we're working within the limitations that we have in the space that
We
we
don't have to spend any space.
Okay. All right. So all those in favor of adjourning at 9:45, please raise your hand.
We have a roll call vote, please.
We already started counting.
No, we didn't. I asked for a roll call vote.
There really is no choice.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All opposed?
Roll call vote.
It's too late. I've already done. All opposed? All right.
Moved over
Okay.
the chair.
Now, we have law. Do you have any other amendments?
Point of order, Madam.
Yes.
There's an item on here about approving the minutes from 1 year ago tonight.
That's right.
We did that several months ago, didn't we?
I don't pronounce that.
Yes, no, well, first of all, nobody's sent any minutes up lately, and second of all, weren't those the minutes that we had where 4 people worked on or something? I mean, I'm under the impression it was only presented like 6 or 8 months ago.
Tibby, can you respond to that?
I have these, and this has been on the agenda too. It will just pass them, pass them around, and look it over,
All right.
Okay, Nia?
and then we'll enter into the minutes that they were approved, and then we go on to the next page.
Nia?
Number 8.
Can we get some votes? I'm sorry,
Point of order.
Yes?
Yes, my question is about the vote on whether or not to adjourn this meeting at 9:45. It was not announced, and I didn't hear the vote totals.
I know the choice is 10.
10. 10, I didn't
That's
see
why
any
I
hands go up, but
have to
excuse me, please come to order. 10 yes, and I saw no hands go up for no. So that would be, I looked directly at you, I saw no hands up. No, I didn't. Sorry, we're moving on. The town hall meeting, I'm sorry, what do you want to do?
I'd like to make number 8 a special order at 8:45.
Unless we get to it first?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any objection to making?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Boris first.
Point of information, how many minutes that is this item?
5.
5? Okay, is there any objection to making the motion read the town hall meeting a special order for 8 want to explain why you object?
Yes, because I prefer to make a special order before that.
Well, we'll do one at
And
a time.
I'd like to make a special order on number 4A, 4B, I guess it would be, resolution on the GM search committee. I'd like that as a special order.
As for A,
What time? Okay, so that would be 4A, directly after the election of officers. Is there any objection?
Yes.
There's an objection to making 4A a resolution on the GM search committee.
Earlier.
Yes? You object?
Yes, I would like it earlier. I would like it much earlier.
How much earlier?
After 3, between
After 3, after excused absences.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would like to make it a special order right after the committee reports.
Make what, the resolution on the GM search committee, or as part of the committee reports?
Well, after, where is it now?
It's in the committee reports and announcements, 10B.
No, where is this resolution?
I gather it is in Mr. Steinberg's possession.
Oh, so this is new business?
This is new business.
Then we should put it in new business.
Well, all right, so you amended that to say that it should be as new business. Okay, all right,
Point of order, Madam Chair?
yes.
I have to object to number 4 entirely, election of officers.
Uh-huh.
The election of officers is supposed to happen at the beginning of an LSB term, beginning of the year of the LSB. We should be seating delegates, new delegates at this meeting. And the fact that we are not seating anybody at this meeting, I think, makes it so that we can't have an election of officers. Because it is entirely possible that we are going to have people voting, possibly even running, possibly even getting elected, who will not be here whenever the 4th LSD actually starts. So I would call into question whether it's in order for us to proceed as if we seated delegates when we have not.
Okay, we're coming to the end of our time. Bob had his hand up. I'm going to actually rule that that is not in order. It's my understanding that the bylaws require us to elect officers in December. All right, second.
Call for a roll call vote.
Wow, this is very
All right.
light.
That's what we standing throughout.
Okay, Bob, please do the applicable bylaw.
Okay, we are required to hold these elections at this meeting. According to Article 7, the Station Board, Section 5, election of officers, each local station board shall elect a chair, a vice chair, a recording secretary, and a treasurer, who shall be elected annually at the December meeting of the LSP for a term of 1 year using the instant runoff voting method. Each of these officers shall serve at the pleasure of the LSP, shall have those powers and shall perform their duties may be prescribed by the LSP. So this is not a matter for debate. This is open and shut, clear language in the bylaws. We must have this election tonight. And let me also note that this requirement is not simply in years where there are elections. They're also it's required in years where there are no delegate elections, whatever. So it has nothing to do with delegate elections. It's an annual requirement.
Okay. All right, we've come to the end of the time for this agenda item, so I'm just going to have to bring everything to a vote. We're going to begin.
Second, makes sense.
Been moving it for how much? How long? All right, moved and seconded to extend by 10 minutes. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All opposed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that does not carry. So we're going to begin with the challenge to the chair's ruling that the election of officers is in order. All those in favor of holding order. Could we have to ask for a roll call vote without objection? Will the chair please call, would the secretary please call the roll, and this would be all those upholding the chair's ruling that it is in order to elect officers in this meeting.
Andy Asher?
Yes.
Byrd? Orenstein?
Yes.
Burns? Yes. Brown?
No.
made by Ms. Roberts, that it would be put on the agenda as new business. All those in favor, please
Well,
raise
I
your
think they
hand.
had 3 amendments on the floor.
We do indeed.
That last one is out of order.
All
We
right,
have
so
2.
that- okay, then there's a resolution, that's true, it's amendment to the thing. We had, okay, so we have a resolution then on the GM search committee, then as what? No, the other thing we had was the 5 minutes on the motion of Freetown GM search. Bob.
The way I understand what's happening is that there are 2 amendments on the floor. One is to put the GM search committee motion, I think it was number 3, or number 4, and the other was to have it number 5. So I'm more than happy with it, and then you can go to the third.
If it's, it's 3 or 4A. Okay, so I'm sorry, what? We vote on which? And then there's.
Most recent.
All right, the most recent, okay, so all those in favor of placing the resolution on the GM search committee is number 3, please raise your hand.
Very good. Roll call.
1, I'm going to suggest that we not roll call vote absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Because,
Privilege, I guess.
yes?
I'm asking for a roll call vote on everything because this is going to end up in court either way. So we might as well have it on record declare. So just,
If there's no objection to a roll call vote, let's do it really quickly. The chair, please call, the secretary, please call the roll.
Okay, what exactly, what are we voting on precisely?
Right, now we are voting on whether or not to make the resolution on the GM search committee number 3 on the agenda. Number 3. Number 3, that's the first thing to vote on. All those in favor?
No, roll call.
Oh, it's a roll call vote. Please call the roll.
Benioff? Burton?
Yes.
Orenstein?
No.
Brooks? Yes.
Wait. Brooks, what?
Motion to rescind.
All right, what is your vote? Please speak
I
loud.
have a splitting headache,
Please speak loudly as to your vote.
but I don't take what it means.
Okay.
Brown?
Yes.
Yes.
Lisa Davis?
No.
Fishman?
Yes.
Flanders?
No.
Heflin?
What was that?
Yes. LaFars? Lemon?
No.
Martin?
Martin says, yes. I thought there was somebody from that.
Go ahead, Timmy, please. We need to do this without
Brown?
commenting.
Roberts?
No.
Silva? Steinberg?
Yes.
The vote is 8 yes, 1 no.
Okay, that does not carry. The next item that we need to vote on is whether to place that as number 4A on the
I'd
agenda.
like to speak to that motion.
You can't, our time has expired.
Boring.
The time has expired. Timmy, please call the roll. That motion was voted down. Timmy, please call the roll.
I want to explain why I think it's important that this be on
We don't want to hear it.
Please call the roll, Timmy.
If he's making a motion
Yes?
This is an important, the
Madam
committee.
Chair.
I'm
is
sorry,
about
our time,
to-
your point is not well taken, our time
You don't know
is
what my
expired.
point is?
We're agreeing, you're, everything is.
So one verse, I don't know what my point is.
Please, you're in the middle of an election.
Not a point of order.
But your point of order was not a point of order, it was
How do
an
you know that?
argument.
I had one word.
That you had enough to make it clear that you were arguing the motion. Timmy, please,
Oh, I
please
know.
call the roll.
What was that word? What was that word?
Please call the
Go.
roll.
Voting on, what's, it's not even clear what we're doing.
All right, what we are voting on is whether to place the resolution reading the GM search subcommittee at number 4A on the agenda. Ms. Bediaco has just voted no. Please continue to call the roll.
Bird.
Yes, the general
All right,
subcommittee
next,
is crucial, and it's
Lisa
going
Davis,
tomorrow
please
to
come
the
to order.
international board, so we can discuss it here.
Order. Please come to order. Lisa Davis. No.
Fishman.
Yes.
Flanders.
No.
Hensley.
Yes.
LaFarge. Letter.
No.
Martin.
Yeah.
Rhodes. Robert.
No.
Silva. Steinberg.
Yes.
Burns.
Yes.
And 8 yeses and 9 noes.
Okay, so the next thing is the motion to be the town hall meeting of a special order at 8:45.
I move to,
Yes.
I'd like to agenda, move to the agenda. Is that an order now?
Well, yeah, it is, we're moving the agenda. This is the last thing we have to vote on.
No, I want to
The
amend
agenda as amended.
Sorry.
As amended.
I want to
So the
amend
next
the
thing is-
agenda.
I'm sorry, what?
I want to amend the agenda.
No,
Pardon?
the 20 minutes for amending the agenda are up. We are in the process of voting. All the
Madam
amendments
Chair,
are made at a time
point of
to time.
information, who is in charge of the WBAI LSB list? We have not, I know something to do. Madam Chair, please call this person
All
to
right,
order.
please come to order. Please come to
I'm
order.
complaining that I tried to amend the agenda, my motion never made it to the list. As many of my motions never make it to the list. I don't know who's in charge and is blocking my motions, but I would like now.
Motions, that's
to
right.
amend the agenda before we.
The time is expired. We're in the-
I'm going to ask to extend the time by 10 minutes because I have
No.
4 amendments to the agenda. And I would like to move to extend time to amend the agenda by 10 minutes.
Point of information,
Yes?
aren't we voting on amendments to the agenda right now?
Yes. We're
So
done.
how
with-
can you
the
find that
time-
many?
The time for discussion has elapsed.
And I'm moving
20
to
minutes is
extend.
not, the 20-minute rule that we made
Once
did
that
not
elapses,
speak whether you were talking about discussion or voting. It was a 20-minute rule. We've had to.
No, that's what happens. Once the 20 minutes is expired, everything goes to a
Well,
vote.
if that's true, then how can we vote?
This is how we have been operating for a very long time.
Yes,
All
that's
right,
true.
so
How can we
there was
vote?
no
We
objection to
voted.
the prior raised. I don't hear a second, so.
Madam Chair, a point of order. We have been voting outside of 20 minutes. The voting has taken up.
I'm going to say that your point is not well taken. I've heard that. I've already said that we have been voting this way for a very long time. This is how we do it.
I would like to
When
appeal the ruling
the
of the
time
chair.
allotted for discussion
Yeah,
expires,
she's not getting
you
her
bring
minutes.
everything comes to a vote.
If something.
Otherwise, we would have no time for discussion
I would like to
whatsoever.
appeal the ruling of
All right,
the chair.
yes.
that is-
I'm sorry?
I would like to appeal the ruling of the chair and ask that we move to extend the discussion for amendments by 10 minutes, especially since I tried to mail them and.
Okay, I'm sorry. I would rather you not make the argument argument. I have not heard a second to extend.
Second.
All right, all those in favor of extending by, how much, 10 minutes, please raise your hand. All those in favor of extending by 10 minutes, please raise your hand.
I would like a roll call vote, please.
Extending the discussion time is by 10 minutes.
I would like a roll
Please
call
raise
vote,
your,
please.
please raise your
I
hand.
would like a roll call vote, please.
Without objection, will the secretary please call the roll?
Santiago?
No.
Bird?
Yes.
Orenstein?
No.
Brooks? No. Brown? Cohen?
Yes, of course, it's not fair, they don't insert.
Please come to order. Please
Shut up.
come to order.
That's supposed to be last.
Please come to order.
We need to hear from the treasurer. It's not on the
Please
agenda.
come to order.
Lacy Davis?
No.
Fishman?
Yes.
Flanders? No. Heffley? LaFarge? Lederer? Martin?
Pass.
Rhodes? Roberts? No. Silva? No. LaFarge?
I know.
Martin?
Abstain.
I'm sorry, I have to flip over the,
Okay.
okay.
Silva?
Silva?
Okay, sorry.
I think Stein,
Steinberg?
Yes.
I have 6 yeses, 9 noes, 2 abstentions.
point of
And
information.
we were in the midst of voting on the motion to be the town hall.
I have a point of information, please, before we move. I put forward this motion to have the treasurer's report put on the agenda at 5:39 a.m. this morning. I'd like to know, excuse me, the member is out of order, I have the floor.
I will tell you.
I have the floor. I'd like to know, excuse me, I'd like to finish my question, if I may. I am in order, and I'm being interrupted. As a point of information, I would like to know who is in charge of the
Cut her
LSB
microphone
list.
off. Tell her to be quiet.
I'd like to know who is in charge of the LSB list and logging my motions to that list. Who is in charge of the list? Who is the moderator of that list?
Somebody needs to know.
Now, who is the owner of the list? Madam Chair?
Or is the secretary?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I'd like
Sorry.
an explanation as to why
I
this
just
motion
heard-
did not reach the list.
I don't know. Yes, Ms. Roberts.
My understanding is that the member lost access to her email address or has had some email trouble in terms of her address over the past several months based on her communications on other lists. That was 2 months ago, the member's out of order.
Please come to order.
That is out of order. It's irrelevant information, not related to this.
Please come to order. This discussion is not moving forward our agenda here. We are up to the issue of
I would like to answer my question, Madam Chair.
It is
I'd like to know
not
the-
moderated. Nobody is blocking your email.
Somebody is blocking my email. This is not the first time it's happened.
You're paranoid.
I did not see your email. We have to move on.
Exactly.
That should be in treasurer's report on the agenda. Surely you would want the treasurer's report on the agenda,
All
wouldn't
those
you?
in favor of moving.
You don't want a treasurer's report? You don't want the GM search committee report?
As a point of information, the finance committee is the treasurer's report, and so moving on.
That's a finance committee report, not a treasurer's
Point
report.
of information.
Being set as a special order of 845, all those in favor, please.
Point of information, Madam Chair.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All opposed?
What?
Yes.
All opposed? 7, 9. Motion to read the town hall meeting Friday at 8:35. All opposed?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I was late putting up my hand, I don't know if you saw
All
it.
right, let me make this count again. All those in favor of the motion to read the town hall meeting being a special order for 8:45, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All opposed? 2. All right, all those in favor of approving the draft agenda.
Roll call vote, please.
Without objection, will the secretary please read the roll?
To approve the agenda?
Yes, as amended. Please read the roll immediately. Please read the roll immediately.
I object.
You object to there being a roll call
No,
vote?
I object to, the delegated term has expired.
Please, Stevie needs mic. Stevie, read the roll. Please read the roll. Standing objection is made. There's no need to repeat.
Yes.
Please come to order.
Yes, fine.
It's not working? All right. Bird?
Absolutely not.
All right, please, next.
Bernstein?
To approve the agenda as amended. Next. Yes.
Brooks, yes. Brown?
No.
Cohen?
No, apparently only certain people are
Please,
allowed to attend the agenda and not others.
Please come to order.
Lisa Davis?
Yes, I do.
Benjamin?
No.
Flanders?
Yes.
Heflin? LaFarge?
Yes.
Letterin?
Yes.
Martin?
No.
Rhodes?
No.
Roberts?
Yes.
Silva? Steinberg?
No.
Kathy Davis?
No.
Tyler? 9-9.
The chair votes yes.
Oh, in the spirit of fairness, why don't you?
The chair votes yes, that passes. The next item on the agenda is the chair's comments.
Point of information, Madam
Yes.
Chair. Please explain to this body, the body has a right to know who can block and who cannot block emails to the OSB list.
Oh, yes. They cannot be blocked, but I will investigate
But you
and I
said
will
you
respond
were one
on
of the
this.
people.
As far as I know, they cannot be blocked.
Point of information,
All
please
right.
explain your remark that you are one of the people who could, but you didn't see her email.
I did not see your email, nor would I block it.
But you said you were one of the people
I
who
think
could.
I'm one of the, what? I'm self-insured, but not, okay.
I understand this body has a right to know what the policy is like to know.
Madam Chair, it's on the order today.
I will investigate, I
Madam
will
Chair,
get
I'm
back
on
to
the order
you.
today.
Yes,
There's nothing
yes,
to
Ms.
investigate.
Roberts.
Let's move.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the chair's comments. I apologize that the last meeting things were going so fast that I never got around to announcing the results of the Radio Report Committee election. The winners of that election are Nia Bediaco, Serene Roberts, Vajra the Chair, Ray LaForest, Sarah Flounders, with runner-up Bob Leonard.
Yay!
I also want to say, nobody else was voting for it. I also want to say that I have a fax here that was sent by Thomas Hillgardner to the security people here, alleging that members of the WBAI board were violent, that, and it was copied to Inspector James McCarthy, commanding officer Midtown South. I want to say that NYPD, I believe, I just want to say that I find this shocking. Anybody in this body would be calling the police on other members in the absence of any rage emergency, which has not taken place. And I would say that if I strongly object to this.
Are you arguing the motion?
Instead of characterizing it.
Is she arguing the motion?
Next item on the agenda, I only have 5 minutes. The next item on the agenda.
I object to characterizing a letter that you're not reading.
I will read the letter.
I don't.
Please come to attention. I will read the letter. Finish your comments. I will read the letter. Dear Mr. Hand, please come to order. I write on behalf of a majority of the currently serving members of the local station board of WBAI FM to advise you of my client's concern that there is a very real possibility of physical violence occurring at the local station board meeting to be held tomorrow, December 27, 2007, 7 p.m. at the Red Roses Art Gallery, Martin Luther King Jr. Labor Center, 310 West 43rd Street, New York, 10036. Due to a temporary restraining order issued by Justice Richard Brown of New York Supreme Court, the election of delegates to the WBAI local station board held in November remains unfinished and the ballots remain uncounted. While those ballots remain uncounted, the terms of half of the delegates of the local station board expired, and only the delegates elected in 2006 remain eligible to vote to serve on the local station board. Notwithstanding the foregoing, there are some delegates whose terms have expired or publicly indicated that they intend to illegally enforce their incorrect view that they remain in office pending the resolution of the election by bringing large numbers of quote-unquote spectators to the meeting as needed, so that the rightfully elected delegates will be prevented from holding the WBAI local station board meeting. Given the commonplace use in the past by some of these folks to obtain what they want by resort to physical violence, I wanted to notify you, the host, of the possibility of such violence. In the event that the delegates whose terms have expired, which includes the outgoing chair of the local station board, refuse to recognize the reality that their terms have expired, and they tend to retain control of the local station board by claim of authority. In order to avoid confrontation, my clients are prepared to conduct the actual meeting by the station board immediately following the quote-unquote close of any legitimately held local station board meeting. I was reading a letter. Local station board meeting is short, and the meeting will be short. Accordingly, and in order to prevent any violence, we ask our delegates to allow both meetings to go forward. As a racist host that frequently provides the WBAI local station board with a place to meet, I want you to be aware of the situation. You may make whatever security arrangements you feel are appropriate under the circumstances. If you have any questions, please let me hesitate to contact me. CC Inspector James McCarthy, commanding officer, Midtown South, at the NYPD. Those are the policemen that you saw outside when you came in. All right, my 5 minutes what expired. The next item, the same lawyer. The same lawyer who is representing Bishop Cohen et al. In the suit against the Pacifica Foundation. All right, you also wrote the letter.
Yeah, thugs.
All right.
And the thieves, maybe, huh?
All right.
They will deal with Desmond
All
at some
right.
point, huh?
Glad please come to order. The next item on the agenda is excused absences. All those in favor, all right. Excused absences, please come to order. Yes. E.J. Griffin? Okay. Okay, next. Anyone else want to excuse somebody who's not here? Anybody else? No? All those in favor of excusing each other, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you 8, 9? All opposed? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that carries. All right. Next on the agenda is the election of officers. We will be conducting other business during the vote count. So I'm going to begin with the chair. Do we have nominations for the chair? Yes.
I would like to nominate Vajra the Chair.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations?
I nominate Mr.
nominations, yes.
Our poll part.
Our poll part? Okay, no second on Mitch Cohen.
There's no, you don't second,
I'm sorry.
Board of Members here, you do not second
Thank you.
nominations.
I have been raised by my colleague here, in a kindly and polite way. All right, so we have 3 candidates thus far. Any more takers? Is Marquez here with his laptop? Yes. Okay. So we need someone. Oh Lord, what was that? Can someone help? Yes. William is handing out the.
Well, so we get the candidates to speak about what it is.
Yes. All right, candidates to speak. Mitchell, you're first in the alphabet. All right, let's say 3 minutes per, no more than 3 minutes per statement. Yes, come to order, everybody, please. Mitchell, please come to order. Yes, Mitchell.
Thank you for nominating me for chair of the LSB. Very concerned about the finances at the station, the results of the fund drives, the potential layoffs at the station, the concept that workers are being asked to pay the price at the station for the wrong decisions of management. And so workers are being threatened with cutbacks and not management cutbacks. This is all very serious, and WBAI is in grave crisis right now and may indeed go under unless we stop that from happening. This LSB, under the current leadership, which I would like to see change, has not focused to the extent that it should on this situation. In fact, it does not even have on the agenda, on the original agenda, the management, the results of the search committee, which are for the general manager of WBAI, which are making their recommendations today, I believe, to the national, without having gone through the local station board as it's supposed to do. The local station board is supposed to be a governance body of the station, supposed to examine how to improve what exists at the station, how to strengthen it. Instead, what this local station board has done is it's torn down in a lot of ways. It's created walls where there shouldn't be walls. It hasn't dealt with its responsibility to evaluate management, to deal constructively with the finances of the station, and so forth. So I'm running to be chair of the local station board to help provide the direction that's needed to deal in this period of crisis at the station, so that we can change course and rebuild WBAI to where it should be as a voice against fascism in the United States.
Hear, hear.
Okay. Yes.
How long are these candidate speeches?
I think actually I said 3 minutes, but maybe they should. Yeah, only 3 minutes. Okay. Actually, Mitchell, I don't think he went up to his 3 minutes. Okay. So, order. All right. I'm next in the alphabet, so I will go next. I've been the chair for 3 years now. I think I can do it for another year. In all that time, I have not required, I have not called the police on any of my fellow workers. I have not had to hire security guards. We've been able to run our meetings with a surprising amount of civility, considering how hot we can handle so many issues on our own. And I think I will pretty much just let my record speak for itself. Yes, next. Does anybody want to ask me something? Yes. Yes.
I object to this vote being taken when it includes delegates whose terms have expired.
There is a standing
the chair is one position that...
All right,
requires that the member be a voter.
There is a standing objection, and there's no need to continue.
Well, I want to make that for the record.
Mr. Martin,
It's a continuing,
Carl Martin has the floor. You are out of order.
Yes, I make an excellent chair because I pay attention to the rules and I treat everyone fairly and equally, which is not what we've had for the past 3 years. There's reference to no police and security guards. Well, that's not quite true. In fact, I remember 1 year ago tonight in this very place, yeah, we didn't hire the security guards, but we had to rely on the security guards from Local 1199 to deal with certain people associated with the faction currently in charge who were busy assaulting women for the most part. Very nice. We've had a couple of occasions where we have...
All right, please come to order.
Look who's talking.
Please come to order.
And this is how you act. This is how you act. We've got... We've even got a current assailant who's banned from the radio station sitting on your LSP. So we've got all that kind of stuff going on. And it is a matter of record that we have had, over the past year, we have on at least 2 or 3 occasions, had security guards have to come in and deal with the local station board meeting. So the fact that the statement that we haven't had to hire security guards, well, I suppose technically it's true because we didn't pay them, but we sure used them.
Racist cop loans.
And we have somebody, we have a chair.
Racist cop loans in
We have a chair that keep order like what's happening now, and I would do that very, very well.
Okay, all right, so that's it. The people have had their ballots. Somebody did not get it out. You don't have to vote for all, to rank people, just vote for who you want. There's only one position.
I think somebody's collecting over there.
I'm objecting to the collection of the ballot by anyone who is closely associated with one faction or another. I'd like to have
Would somebody
I
else
would
like?
like to have a member from the audience, one of the members, collect the ballot.
Joyce is volunteer.
I'm sorry, but she is associated with the state of
from the
the
audience,
faction.
I'm
And
sorry.
not the faction. You're not a list member, you're a staff member. You're a staff member. You're a staff member. You're a staff member. Please come to order. Please come to order.
Please come to order. Please come to order. What am I doing? All right. I have no objection if there's somebody to member of the public who feels themselves to be in line with a group of people to my right, would like to assist in counting the votes. Please volunteer now.
Where's Gary?
All right. No, please don't. Please don't. All right. Oh, the next item is the election of the vice chair.
Some of the ballots are not going to collect.
Excuse me, who's collecting the ballot? I'm sorry.
They don't want to vote.
Okay, so, all right, no, I have been corrected. The next item is to set the date of the next LSP meeting. You have Well, people, excuse me, please come to order. Does anybody else wish to assist in announcing the vote? Okay. All right.
Left the room. Left the room.
Okay. Nia, we're setting the date of the next LSP meeting. 5 minutes to do that. Next week. Next week. No. That meeting will be a delegates meeting, and
Excuse me. Point of order. I'm sorry. Never mind.
sorry.
How about Monday the 14th?
Monday the 14th or Wednesday the 16th? All right. Who cannot make the 14th? 1, 2, 3. Who cannot make the 16th?
Wait,
1,
hold on.
2, 3, 4. Looks as if Monday has it.
That Wednesday.
Wednesday of that week. Who could not make the Wednesday, the 16th?
Wait, hold on.
I'd actually like to amend it so that we meet after the court case is heard, which is January 24th, so that way we know who is sitting on the LSP. So we can meet anytime that week after the 24th, even the night of the 24th.
Madam
Chair,
All right.
the PNB meeting on the 25th, 24th, what is it?
All right. Let's take this one thing at a time. Who cannot make it on Monday the 14th? 1, 2, 3. Who cannot make it on Monday the 14th? I just asked, and I'm now going to ask who cannot make it on Wednesday the 16th. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks as if the 14th has it. You wanted a date, optimistically assuming that this will be settled at that next hearing. You want to propose a date? Please come to order. In the back there, could you please keep it. The acoustics here are very not conducive to secondary conversations. Okay, please. All right.
Point of procedure, Madam?
Yes.
I would like further to object to the fact that the ballots are being counted without two neutral observers, as I requested.
We'll get somebody.
And they are not arguing.
Okay. We ask for volunteers. I will ask again. Is there a volunteer from the public who would really?
It's too late. It's too late to do that.
Please come to order. Is there somebody in the public? Yes? Thank you, sir.
Go back.
Yes, please.
Too late to do that. You have to revote.
Could you please remind the people back there that the acoustics here are horrible and they must please whisper.
Can you identify who you are, by the way?
All right. All right. The next, what are we doing here? All right. Mitch, you have a date to recommend. Mitchell, you have a date to recommend.
Night of the 24th.
The night of the 24th. Who cannot make it on the night of the 24th?
What day of the week is that?
Thursday. They all can't make it. Force they can't make it. All right. I'm going to bring this to a vote. We'll start with the date that has the most date for us, Monday the 14th. All in favor of meeting on Monday the 14th, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 6, 14.
8, 9, sorry. All opposed.
Wait. Aren't you doing this by a list?
I did it by a list. I'm taking at first the one that had the most people who could attend. All opposed to meeting on Monday the 14th, please raise your hand.
You're making a list.
1. Okay. Monday the 14th has it. The next item on the
What about this?
On the 24th? All right, you know what? If there's no objection, we will vote. How many people are in favor of meeting on the 24th? All in favor of meeting on the 24th? All in favor of meeting on the 24th, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All opposed? The meeting on the 24th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The chair votes no. That does not carry. What a surprise. Monday the 14th has it. Okay.
Surprising. It's surprising.
Yes,
That was
Bob.
actually not properly done.
I believe Mr. Chair said that the meeting is a delegates meeting only, but isn't there also a regular LSD meeting that happen on the same night?
Yes. So there will be a delegates meeting followed by a regular local station board meeting.
Point of order.
Yes.
It seemed to me that we, according to the agenda, we were voting for the next LSP meeting, not a separate delegates meeting, which is a separate body, even though it contains the same people. To change the agenda to make this a delegates meeting, you need a 2/3 vote.
We're required to have a delegates meeting in January.
It's not on the agenda.
But we're required to do
It's
it.
not on the agenda. We need to.
We are required to have a delegates meeting in January to elect members of the PNP. It is a requirement.
Well, the chairman might have thought of that when the agenda was being drawn up. Since
The
it's
chair-
not on the agenda, we can do it at
The chair cannot.
on the 14th.
The chair cannot amend the bylaws by not having thought of raising them. I cannot amend them by having not pointed out that we are required. Nor can you amend them by saying that I didn't point it out. The bylaws are the bylaws. Yes, Mr. Martin.
This is not a director's meeting. This is an
Yes.
elected meeting.
Mr. Martin has the floor.
Yeah, I move that, should we not, I gather it's 7 o'clock we're supposed to meet.
Yes.
I move that if we do not achieve quorum by 8 p.m., that the meeting be canceled. Or, I move that if we don't achieve quorum by 8 p.m., that the meeting happen on the evening of the 24th.
Second. All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Well, can I vote again? I think...
We're, I think, at the end of our time for
Oh.
setting, so. Hello. All those in favor of moving the meeting to the evening of the 24th, quorum is not achieved by 8 p.m., please raise your, on the 14th, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All opposed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The chair votes no. That does not carry.
I wanted to,
All
I
right,
made an
next item on
objection
the
before.
agenda is public
I had
comment.
a-
15 minutes of public comment is the next item
I
on
had
the
a
agenda.
point of order
We're
before
not-
that you ruled on, that you were about to rule on, but you didn't quite finish ruling on it.
It was.
That there is no statement on the agenda, no point about the next delegates meeting that says the delegates meeting has to be on the 14th. That's not in the bylaws, it says it has to be on the 14th. That's what, so it's not on the agenda. To change the agenda, you need a 2/3 vote, or we can put it on the agenda at the next LS meeting.
Okay, special order
That's
8.
it.
We will vote on it in a second. January meeting. All right. Okay, public.
Wait, so how does the chair rule on that? That was my,
Madam Chair, point of order.
Yes.
that was my point of order.
I'm sorry, Shereen has the floor right now. Yes, Shereen.
I did.
I'm sorry, I heard that. Whatever, I'm holding down the agenda, I'm asking Shereen to speak. Please.
Thank you. We had at 8:45 a vote on the town hall meeting.
Yes.
So I don't think it makes sense to start public comment at 8:44.
Okay, let's have the motion on the town hall meeting and then we'll move right
I
on.
had a point of order that you need to rule on.
All right, I'm not clear on this. I know that we have to have a delegate meeting in January. I guess we have to revisit it when we meet to see if it's possible for us to meet again in January, and then we'll have to decide whether we have to vote on this.
Well, why don't we set it now for the 24th?
Because not enough today, because
Well, they might, they couldn't make an LSP meeting that day, but they might be able to make it the rest.
already drew up to a vote. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the motion to read the town hall meeting to, all right,
Overrule the chair's ruling on that.
we're done with that item.
Seconded.
We're done with that item.
Move to overrule the chair.
Overturning
You want to overrule
appeal.
the
It's
chair's
called appeal the ruling of the
that
chair.
We will have to revisit this at the next meeting.
No, that's fine.
That's what I said.
So the chair's ruling is that there is no delegates being scheduled right now for the 14th.
Not that I see.
Oh,
Okay.
there's no delegates in this schedule for the 14th.
Correct.
No, but we do have to schedule one for January, so we'll have to revisit this at the next meeting. Okay, because if we are not able to agree on the following meeting, then we'll have to have it. All right, Nia has the floor. Please come to order. Please come to order. Nia has the floor.
On behalf of WBAI, I'd like to, the Membership Outreach and Fundraising Committee for WBAI, who's the chair, I'd like to move that we have WBAI local station WBAI local station board meeting, town hall meeting on Saturday, January 12th.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Nia, do you want to speak to that?
We're trying to have 2 town hall meetings a year, and we would like to start the middle of the town hall.
Our Paul.
That's like 16 days away. The last one, yes, we're required to do this, we should do this, it's a good idea that we do it, but we should plan them out. The last time we did one, 11 people showed up. Most of them were LSP members. And there wasn't anybody there who wasn't in some way involved with all of this stuff in the first place. Why?
That's not a town meeting.
We would do it with 16 days notice, and is there any great expectation that we'll get a significant number of people at this one instead of like 11 or fewer?
All right, then I'll take that as a point of information and then Nia answer it.
Okay, EFIC had this at the last meeting, but of course we never got to committee reports. So that's the reason why.
Okay.
So a month later we're
Yes, the next, all right. Are 5 minutes up on that? Almost. I do have to announce the results of the election. I was elected chair.
Boo! Boo!
The totals? They're only first round votes. You guys are not doing, this is not single transferable voting. I got to it is not. It's single, it's what? Instant runoff voting. Vajra the Chair got 10 first round votes. Mitchell Cohen got 7. Paul Martin got 2. How did Sean Rhodes get a 0?
Somebody wrote it the right name.
Okay, so we need to bring the town hall. They add up. We need to bring to a vote the town hall meeting. All those in favor of holding a town hall meeting on Saturday, January 12th, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All opposed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that carries. The next item on the agenda is the election of vice chair.
What time is this, Stephen?
And where? What time? We have 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Okay. Anybody else? Going once. Our Paul Martin. You accept our Paul?
Oh, I'll decline.
What do you think?
Yes.
Since Emma Lucas is not here, how do you know who to say?
I just
I understand that, but with all respect to the member, I would like some acknowledgement from Mr. Lucas.
You have it. He has agreed. He has agreed.
Have you heard that?
Mr. Lucas,
Did you hear him say that?
required. He has accepted. We are not required to provide a written proof or anything else. He has accepted. We are going to have a vote. Please come to order. Please come to order.
Has anyone here, other than Ms. Beniaco,
Her name is Beniaco. All right. Who else besides Ms. Beniaco is pretty to have a voice
I also point out.
Come to order. Speak has the floor.
The member is
Come
out
to
of
order, please. Speak has the floor.
May I point
The
out?
member Roberts is out of order.
Madam Chair, so ask that person to, yeah.
I'm sorry.
If, I recall an incident, Ms. Bediako's veracity is unquestionable.
Right.
Unlike others in
But her hearing
All
might
right,
be.
you know what? We can't go down that road.
She might have misheard.
There's not, and as a matter of fact, let me clarify further that it is a violation of Robert's Rules of Order to impugn the honesty of another board member.
Madam Chair, I did not
That
do
is
that.
correct.
They did not do
Yes,
that.
you did.
It is I respect entirely the integrity of the member. Madam Chair,
That's
please
all
let
that's
me finish.
required.
But however, it is a judgment on her hearing that I called the question. It's possible she may have misheard. He may have said no, and she may have mistaken that for yes. I would like to have an acknowledgement from Father Lucas.
Disrespectful to the member and to this board.
I am quite respectful, Madam Chair. It is you who are putting words in my mouth. I remember. My mouth is full of words as it is.
All right, what we did basically is to speak, so where are we in Kathy Davis, is the first to speak. 3 minutes.
Hello. Okay, I would like to run for the vice chair on behalf of a state of balance in this board. I find that the board is very much divided and very little is accomplished, and I feel that I can be fair as the vice chair to both sides and rule according to the laws of this board rather than according to the political preference that I might have or other people might have. I have a lot of experience in working with people of diverse views and perspectives, and I consider myself to be very professional, and I think I would do a very good job. And I also feel that having been on this board for a year and representing the staff of WBAI, that I have not had an opportunity to do that because of the biased way that the board operates. And I find that the rulings that are made and have been made by the chair and vice chair tend to be one-sided. So in the interest of balance, I am running for the vice chair.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
I understand that the treasurer has one less blank ballot than he ought.
Well, that's because I was speaking and not voting.
No, he has one less blank ballot than he ought.
Did anybody get two?
Did anybody get two?
You got two?
Everybody give him one ballot, please. Well, just, there are two. It's easy. Does anybody want to speak up? You want to speak up?
Madam Chair, can I suggest that Mr. Diaco also collects from each person one thing?
Yes.
Instead of having multiple people, it will be a lot
Yes.
easier to
Yes.
control.
We'll make sure that he has 19 ballots. Do you want to speak on behalf of Father Lucas? Okay. All right. So, the next item on the agenda is public comment.
Hi, everyone. This is something completely different. I'm taking this opportunity to let you all know there was recently a mutiny of American troops in Iraq who refused to go door to door after an IED exploded. They refused orders because they didn't trust themselves to avoid a massacre of Iraqi citizens. It's 5 years into this war, is that right? Going on 5, and the troops are really taking the lead here to fight it. So I would like to let staff and listeners know that this Sunday, January 13th, there will be a tribute for the late great Dave Klein, the founder of Vietnam Veterans Against the War of Expertise and IBAW, who died last month. It will be a fundraiser for the vets movement, and will be held Sunday, January 13th at Connolly Bar, somewhere in Lower Manhattan, I don't know. But I hope people will come. And keep your ears open for the second Winter Soldier investigation. The first was in 1969, where Vietnam vets threw their medals on White House steps, and there will be another in Washington, D.C. this coming month.
Yo!
On the chance that there are some people here for the first time, behavior of the members of the board was that was better. Thank you. It was better than it has ever been before. So let me make a couple comments. Throughout my time coming to the board, I've heard Justice and Unity members rail and rant about how restrictive Robert's rules of order are. However, I see the chair employed it to advantage by telling people they were out of order and the meeting proceeded. More than that, the legal arguments on the legitimacy of the expired members relied heavily on Robert's rules of order. So you would be grateful that you have Robert's rules of order in the future. It was mentioned that the opposition to justice and immunities has gone to court. I'm one of those people who went to court as a plaintiff. I have better things to do, particularly with my money, but I was forced to go because of either the incompetence or corrupt nature of the supervisors running the election. I didn't get a ballot after October 1st. I didn't get a ballot at the close of the elections, which was announced to be November 15th. I have a membership card. I did make a contribution to the station, and yet I didn't get my ballot, so I felt, and as I heard that there were perhaps several hundred other people just in passing that didn't get their ballots. I understand that the Vajra even submitted a list of Justice and Unity members who didn't get ballots. I felt it was the right thing to bring a lawsuit so that all those who wanted to vote who were members would have that opportunity, and I hope that that will turn out so that there'll be a fair election.
Hear, hear. Ayo.
All right, I think you're about there. Our time is up. Next person.
One of the plaintiffs in this suit, because I did not get a ballot, and I requested it multiple times, over and over and over again, and they didn't send it to me. And I was very disappointed. There's a lot of other people who haven't got their ballots either, after having asked for them. As regards expectations of violence tonight, it's not a casual supposition. I mean, we have, after all, a member of the board sitting right there who has been banned from the station for physical assaults on at least two fellow board members. And then you see distributed a very
Cops hands off of BAI.
A very inflammatory leaflet, an email recently, which is the kind of thing which would, and in the past has indeed spurred people to violence.
The cops are the violent ones, killing black people in ghettos.
No animals in the meeting that are not guide dogs.
Please come to order.
I'd like to point out that there is a certain strategy behind the incompetence or whatever of the election supervisor and Dan Siegel, and that is to delay certification of elections all over this network so that the status quo will continue long enough to select directors for the coming year. That's pretty damn transparent. The status quo has treated these people very well. The status quo has managed to protect a member of our own management who is known to have misappropriated funds from a fundraiser. The status quo has allowed us to lose members year after year after year after year with no effort at outreach, no effort at advertising the station, and no effort to plug the leaks in our fiscal statements.
Time. Thank you.
Good evening. I want to thank you for giving the members of the station time to speak. I've come to several meetings, and I really do not like what's going on here. And I wish both sides could really figure out, which way you're going to go. Fighting each other is not going to help. As you can see, Air America, is not flourishing, and they have basically all Caucasian produced, and the host of the show were basically all white, they were white managed. They had, and they were well financed, and yet they went under. It was a constant attack at Bernard White, accusing him of stealing money with, I don't see any proof. If there's any proof, they show it already. Stop making accusations if we don't really have concrete proof. From what I can see, that's really libelous to make a statement like that.
Air America's still on the air.
Furthermore, it doesn't help the station, with outreach when you guys are constantly fighting over every little thing. The meetings, it's hard to listen to this kind of stuff when, there's so much out there, we know what the world is like, and yet, for some reason, a station that calls itself the Peace and Justice Station really has no peace and justice at home, at the station. This is absolutely ridiculous. You guys have to find some sort of meeting ground and figure out, which way you're going to go, because this, for a Peace and Justice Station, I don't see any peace and I don't really see any justice.
Right.
I really don't. I just want to also say that I really don't think that Bernard White is doing a bad job running the station. I think it's some sort of personal vendetta, and if you had any real proof that Bernard White had stolen anything, why haven't you already produced it already? You've been labeling this kind of remarks about him for I don't know how long now. Find a way to resolve your differences and let's get on with station business. As far as I've been listening to the station, it's always been broke. So for this thing, blaming Bernard White and whatever current leadership that's there, that they have no money, it's their fault. The programming is it's ridiculous. It really it doesn't serve any purpose. Thank you very much.
Yay. Boo!
I've been listening to WBAI. I've been supported since the mid-'60s. I remember WBAI when it had the morning show, had Larry Johnson or Steve Post and Bob Fax, three white men. And sometimes when I hear the struggles that go on, I hear the attacks on the current leadership of BAI.
Excuse me, I'm trying to get a picture of this
Pretty woman. Maybe with a woman or two. Maybe with some token representation. But the serious recognition that BAI has moved in a progressive direction, that over 40 years this has been a tremendous achievement to have people like Maureen Martzman, people like Bernard White, some of the people who are broadcasting on the station, to have people of color at the table playing a significant role, that is a major development in the progressive movement. And to knock that over and over again, to attack it under a million different guises and forms, is not in the service of the progressive movement. I know that there are people on the other side that is attacking Bernard, is attacking the direction of the station, who have had progressive histories. I'm not denying that. But progressive people, progressive white people have played a role at times that has been mixed, have participated in supporting white supremacy, even while having progressive position on many issues. I know that that has happened in the Millennium Movement. I know that that has happened in the anti-war movement. So the fact that people have progressive histories does not mean that they are necessarily going to support progressive directions when people of color. We know that the issue of racism has been profound in progressive movements for centuries and continues to be so. And so I'm speaking to this side.
People of color can be bigots too.
So, and I can look at whoever I want and whenever I want, and you'll please allow me to continue. Now, in addition, I feel that the attack, not only the issue of money, the issue of money always is a destabilizing way. It's a way to attack any progressive movement. When money gets raised and there's accusations of stealing, we know that that is a beginning of an attempt to destroy a movement or an organization. It is dangerous. Secondly, I think the attempt to stop the elections is dangerous because it undermines people's confidence and is not a good thing. For all those reasons, I would like to commend, even though it's not perfect, WBAI is not perfect, it's got a long way to go, I want to commend the direction of the current leadership and the direction of the station.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
So public comment will be coming up again quite soon, yes. The vice chair. Oh, Christ.
I'm sorry, Matt. Yes.
Hi, I'm a long-time listener member. I love the station. It's so important for the community. There's nothing like the areas around. There's no other station that I know of that takes into account inmates, incarcerated people, formerly incarcerated people, and I love the diversity of the programming. I support the current leadership, and I think it's incredibly important because there are so few resources in a community that lead in the direction that the community does.
That's right.
Thank you. There's no more time in this section of public comment.
I leave at 9:15, but I am putting my name in for the treasurer. So if somebody says that they nominate me, they do have my approval. I'm not around when it comes up there. I want to be the treasurer. Yes, I do want to be the treasurer.
Yeah, a year ago, he said he wasn't going to his last year.
All right, the next item on the agenda is... I'm sorry? Well, no, because we haven't... The next item on the agenda is the motion on establishing the composition of the WBAI Community Advisory Board, followed if it passes by electing members of the ad hoc committee to elect tab members. It's easy to that. I have, somebody pass this out. Okay. And I'm just going to pass these down. All right, I'm going to
I want to make sure this is the only item. This is the only item, and you resume the chair after this is done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want to make that clear. Everybody heard that, right?
No, what, say that again, I didn't hear it actually.
I'm relinquishing the chair for this item only because I want to speak to this.
Okay.
This is something that we must do. We must have a community. Yes? I will pass it down. Is there an extra copy? Somebody please, Rudy, please give an extra. Three. Sorry.
Well, actually,
Any more copies that are out there that could be thanked? Any more? How more are needed?
Two more.
Two more?
Yeah.
One. Okay, there's two. Okay. So this motion, I'm going to speak to this motion, I'm not the chair. This motion is establishing the Community Advisory Board after the same fashion we established the Community Advisory Board in 2005. So it's essentially the same motion. And I'm going to give people some, you should have some time to read it, and then I'm going to hand the chair over to Or should I read it?
Yes, please read it.
I'll read it.
To the
Okay.
public.
Motion on reestablishment and compensation.
1 second, please. Everybody please listen. Pay attention. Hello? Go ahead. Louder.
Motion on reestablishment and composition of WBAI Community Advisory Board. 1. The WBAI Community Advisory Board shall consist of 12 listeners to the station, none of whom may be local station board delegates or officers, Pacifica directors or officers, or paid or unpaid staff of the Pacifica Network. Members shall serve 2-year terms. 2. In order to follow the Pacific Mission's call to work toward understanding the causes of conflict between different nations, races, creeds, and peoples, and in furtherance of the goal of having a community advisory board that represents the interests of diverse communities of the WBAI signal area, particularly those who have been historically and currently disenfranchised by society, the members elected to the community advisory board shall include at least 50% women, at least 60% people of color, with a goal of including a broad diversity of members of various groups of people of color in the signal area, individuals from various geographic parts of the WBAI signal area, at least one person self-identified as disenfranchised based on sexuality, e.g. lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or two-spirit, and at least one person self-identified as living with a disability. 3. The Community Advisory Board should be permitted to perform the following activities. A. Establish and follow its own schedule and agenda within the scope of the Community Advisory Board's statutory or delegated authority. B. Review the programming goals established by the station. C. Review the community service provided by the station. D. Review the impact on the community of the significant policy decisions rendered by the station. And E. Advise the WBAI Local Station Board, WBAI Station Management, and the Pacifica National Board for the programming of those significant policies of the station are meeting the specialized educational and cultural needs of the community served by the station. The advisory board may make recommendations to the Pacifica National Board to meet those specialized needs. 4. The community advisory board shall not have any authority to exercise any control over the daily management or operation of the station. 5. The LSB will immediately elect, using single transferable voting, an ad hoc committee to elect a community advisory board consisting of 5 LSB members. This committee will review applications and elect 12 members of the CAB using single transferable voting. If the first round of voting does not yield the composition set forth in paragraph 2 above, there will be further discussion of the candidates and a second round of voting. The CAB shall meet at least twice yearly. The meeting shall take place in the signal area at locations that are wheelchair accessible and reasonably accessible to public transportation.
Okay. Seconded by Bob. Okay.
Well, I've already motivated, I think, briefly, is that this is a requirement for our CPD funding, and I think it's something we need to move on as quickly as possible. Since we do have concerns about the station's finances, this is key.
Yeah, we have 10 minutes, 5 minutes left. Who'd like to speak? Would you like to better yourself? Go ahead. I'll go ahead.
We are required to have this community advisory board if we want CPD funding. The question is how much CPD funding affects the integrity of the stations and the network. So it's not necessarily a requirement that is needed in the network. Furthermore, there are lots of details in this particular motion that go way outside of the requirement to have a community advisory board. And I'm not sure why many of the stipulations are included in this motion. It's setting up, first of all, an operation that's getting people, that's seeing the members of the community advisory board as antagonistic to each other's needs by asking that we have different representations from different members of the community as if they are vying against each other for certain amounts of time and representation on the station. That's already a problematic setup, and it's only further exacerbating the current state of the station and the network. I'm very disturbed that the advisory board should be making recommendations to the Pacifica National Board before they even go through the local station board, which is elected by the members. I'm not sure why we should have an ad hoc committee to elect a community advisory board, why the entire local station board isn't doing the elections. This is only further removing the representation of the communities 2 or 3 steps away from the members who were elected in the first place.
Okay, time. Anyone that doesn't like to speak, Ray? I'm going from one side to the other.
There are no sides of this. Why do you assume there are sides?
Ray?
Well, I just would like to point very quickly that the recommendation that this committee do recommendations to the PMB is in the bylaws and is similar to for the Committee of Inclusion. I think that a committee of this nature, looking at programming, it is very important that we make sure. Unfortunately, when we live in a perfect world, we're able to throw the ball out and know that we fall when we're supposed to. We're very far from that. So I think I commend the fact that we want to make sure that women are there, that people who have some with disabilities or differentiated as per our bylaws and our mission be included. And there's nothing new here, and I highly recommend that we adopt that as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Give a minute and a half.
Oh. Okay, for the past 2 years, I don't think we've gotten a single report out of this. We should have been hearing from this, and I'd like to know what they've been doing. Where are the minutes posted of these meetings? Nobody seems to know. All right. I've been going over the National Finance Committee meeting from December 10th. And Lonnie Hicks has noted that in order to get the CPV money, the number one big thing is that you have a community advisory board and that it have minutes available, that it keep minutes and that the minutes of the meetings are available. So I would like to amend this by adding somewhere, I didn't hear it, if somebody else sees it in here about the minutes, let me know. I would like to add in here F, 3F. Somebody having a problem back there? 3F, the Community Advisory Board shall keep minutes of all of its meetings. What the hell's going on? Oh, it's at done. All right. The Community Advisory Board shall keep minutes of all meetings and make them publicly available.
There's another public comment section, please. Could you please write that down?
I can write that down in a second, but do we have it there? I mean,
I'm writing that.
basically, it's that the Community Advisory Board shall keep minutes of all meetings and make them publicly available. Because if you have the CAB and the CPV comes over to look at it and see the minutes aren't there, it's as if you didn't have one and you lose all that money.
Okay.
BAI is already losing over $30,000 this year of CPV money anyway.
Okay. Does anybody decide like to speak on that? Okay. Just when you cheer, do what you want. Your turn. Go ahead.
You, Michael Levine. I'd like to add to amend.
I'd like to amend this motion under number 2, so where it says a community advisory board that represents the interests of diverse communities. I'd like to, that's what it says. And I'd like to add and viewpoints in the WBAI signal area. And also at the end, I'd like to see it added, and at least one person self-identified as living with disability, and add, and people with different political views within the Pacifica mission. I'd also like, so those are 2 amendments. I'd like somebody to second that if possible. And thank you. And I agree with Ray that it's good that we're trying to stipulate at least 50% women, and that it's really of a concern. I'd like to see that same concern expressed towards the programming of BAI, so that the programming of BAI has at least 50% women programmers as well.
Time. Okay. We're in time for the whole thing. Okay. We have how many minutes? 1, 2, 3, I think. Started with the last one.
Clerk, can we hear the second amendment again?
Okay, I was writing it. It was basically an amendment in sort of 2 places. So in number 2, in order to follow this commission's call to work on understanding the causes of conflict between different nations, races, creeds, and peoples, and in furtherance of the goal of having a community advisory board that represents the interests of diverse communities and viewpoints in the WBAI signal area, etc. And then at the end, at least one person self-identified as disenfranchised based on sexuality, e.g. lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, two-spirit, and at least one person self-identified as living with a disability, comma, and people with different political views within the Pacifica mission.
So what do you want?
What's what I just
Just
read?
read it. I just read it. Just read it.
Okay. Board C.
No, it's a. It's already.
Okay, that's good.
Go ahead.
Brooks, no.
Go ahead.
Brown,
Yes.
what? Cohen,
Of course.
Kathy Davis,
This is a point of clarification. Are we voting on this plus the two amendments?
We're taking the.
Just going on what I just read.
Just going on the chair. Okay, yes.
Thank you.
Lisa Davis,
No, you don't need any more comments.
Fishman,
I didn't hear that. We don't need any more.
Okay.
Hot air.
Let's come to order.
Hot air.
Oh, boy, that's great. Let's come to order. Let's come to order.
Fishman,
Come back in now.
Call it to order, Madam Chair.
Quiet, please, so Andrew can think. Unquote.
yes. Flanders, no. Heflin,
Heffley?
yes. Paris,
So enforceable. So what?
Lederer,
Martin?
Yes.
She's coming.
Rose, Roberts,
No to empty rhetoric.
Silva,
Madam Chair,
Silva. Absent. Okay. Pass.
Steinberg,
Yes.
Kilgauer,
No. Okay, let's pay attention so we can read the vote.
the vote is 9 yes and 8 no.
So that passes.
Speak loudly.
No. What? I vote no. Doesn't have chairs. I vote good.
Then it's time. There's a carry by virtue of being a time.
So the next amendment.
This voted against having a very few points on the board. This was Stalin control the board.
I am writing down the amendments. Next amendment is F, cap shall keep minutes of all meetings and make publicly available. The cap shall keep minutes of all meetings and make them publicly available.
Is there any objection to that? Hello? Any objection? Okay, no objection. Okay, what's the next?
The next we pass that.
Okay, so, for the entire thing. Okay, entire thing as amended. All in favor of the motion as amended, roll call. Madam Secretary, your final time is going to be,
I have no purple tongue.
okay,
I'm tough. Betty Yato, you don't vote. Burton,
No.
Orenstein,
Ornstein.
No, the amendment. As
As
amended.
amended. go. Who else? Bornstein said yes.
Laura, yes. Brenner. Cohen.
No, not without diversity of viewpoints.
Kathy Davis. Lisa Davis.
Yes.
Fishman. No. Saunders. Yes. Heflin. No. Burris.
Yes.
Lederer.
Yes.
Markin.
I don't like it, but I'll say yes so we get the money.
Rhodes.
Yes.
Robert. Silva. Steinberg. Philip.
Yes.
I hear a call for a revisit of a vote. What happens in that
That's
case?
okay, because we haven't counted.
Cohen wants to revisit.
This is by our calls, eloquent.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. The gentleman in the back is pointing to his skin.
On my watch.
Your watch. It's 9:30.
There's a watch on the wrist.
Get out of here.
Okay, this was,
The vote is 12-4.
okay, so the motion passes, and my watch says 9:30.
Okay. I will announce the results of the vice chair election. Robert Lucas was elected.
Boo! Boo!
We need to, the numbers are, this was instant runoff voting. It was actually 9 and 9, and there was the program does a coin toss and a tiebreaker. Father Lucas was elected. Where was the tiebreakers? Huh? No, the program does it.
Oh, that's bullshit. You gotta use a straw. You have a straw. That is bullshit. There's no machine does that. That is bullshit. Sorry, if you have a tie, you have to pull a straw.
Point of information, Madam
Bullshit. What is
Point of information,
Please come to order. Please come to order. Rob Lederer will consult the bylaws, what happens in the case of a tie, and we will proceed from there.
Let them both do it. Why do we see them people all the
All
time?
right. The next item on the agenda is public comment, and we should do the next election.
Jennifer was next.
Oh my goodness.
Madam Chair, we have a dispute here about this, and I know what is going to be read out of there, and the computer doing a coin toss brings up some technical problems here, and it's not supposed to be done like this. A coin toss is a coin toss.
Okay.
It's a computer program. I don't think you have a coin inside the computer.
No, I don't trust it either.
Actually, point of information,
All
there's not a
right,
number
we're
of
checking
for
the bylaws.
straw.
In the meantime, we should have nomination of the secretary, so that we can proceed with that while public comment is on. Yes, nominations for secretary, please, to be closed. Do you accept it? Nominations for secretary, yes. Yes, nominations for secretary, yes. I'm looking at you. Our Paul Martin. Anybody else? Any more takers for secretary? All right, can we have the ballots please, who's distributing the ballots? Who's helping out with this? Who's helping out with this? We need the ballots.
Rudy left.
No.
Where are you going?
Point of order, there's a point of order regarding an election on here.
Yes.
We gotta resolve it.
Okay. In the meantime.
That chair is kind of a big deal.
All right, can we have public comments at least?
Oh, I get the microphone.
Yes, please.
Turn your microphone.
Okay, this is in the press, and I'm not allowed to walk around the WBAI for a year now. It's going on the second year. The radioactive boss, DJ Sex and Coke Rap versus Dr. Booty Juice. I think they don't want to hear about this on the. They don't want the listeners to know about this stuff, do they? Famed lesbian radio station WBAI is run by an alcoholic, coke snorting general manager. This is the man who banned me, who coerced.
I object.
A active female DJ into having sex with him, according to an explosive sex harassment suit in stinging, sensational papers filed in Brooklyn federal court. This is from another planet. DJ Clark charges that the harassment she suffered at the hands of her sleazy boss, man banned me. Interim General Manager Robert Scott Adams began at their first meeting last fall. Clark says Adams told her she turned him on and that he was not usually a press man. Good luck. DJ's suit cites other embarrassing tidbits about the alleged $1 station head, including that he had an erotic blog titled Dr. Booty Juice, and pens risque short stories, one of which is on the anthology Chocolate Flavor by Zane. There's, quote, something, well, you can read that part. Clark also claims that Adams is an alcoholic with a once-a-week, quote-unquote, a cocaine habit. It's the man banning me said that. There's too much anger at VAI, huh? Yes, indeed. Time to party, eh? Turn off the anger. Clark said her problems with her book. You can read it for yourself, I suppose. There are those people here who insist, well, this is in the Post, so am I reading this? Oh, that makes me too burnout. I'm almost at time. I'm keeping off the clock right time. Yes, I'm sure in China.
The People's Republic of China.
The People's Republic of China. We have to have a general manager banning people like me. When Sidney Smith and others, admitted, well, he branched out his drug history, right? One of Michael Wagner's Quizlet here has insisted I must give up the microphone. Michael Wagner's Quizlet, once again, as we know, we can't talk about Michael Wagner owning a piece of New Jersey yet.
Ew!
Long live the People's Republic of China!
Ew!
Madam Chair, I think it's inappropriate to
Bring them in! From the New Age
verbally attack me. And this isn't over till I'm finished with it. Yes, I can. And I'm just saying, call your filthy cow.
All right, the reading of the Bible is in place. There's a time. All right, please come to order. If there's a tie in the election, there should be a drawing of lots, right? But we don't have any straws. Is there any objection to a coin toss?
Who will toss the coin?
Who's going to hold the straws?
Is there any objection to a coin toss?
There's no neutral person in this room.
Is there any objection to a coin toss? I'm not hearing any objection to a coin toss.
Who's going to toss it? Who's going to call it? Who calls it ahead of time?
Yeah, with witnesses.
Who wants to be heads? Kathy, you want to be heads or tails?
All right, let's have a look, make sure it has a heads and tails. All right. Kathy, you're the only candidate here. You can just call heads or tails and he'll flip it and what, just let it land on the floor? Sounds good. Just let it land on the floor.
If it's heads, she wins. Tails, that's what she's asking.
Makes sense.
If there's no objection, we can have brief comments and make as brief as possible. Timmy, briefly. Just say one. Timmy, very briefly. Very briefly.
Okay, the nomination is over. Try my best. And I really do produce the minutes, but we have to get them on the agenda. And of course, if everything's by roll call, it's a long way. Whether it's for me or Shakespeare, would be a long way.
Okay. Our call. Very quickly because we have to have public comment.
Yeah.
How are we speaking to it after the vote? Please come to order.
I would make an excellent secretary. I mean, I've been secretary on a number of things here. I keep minutes of what's going on at the meetings, and I watch what's going on at the meetings. And I will point out that we're still waiting for the minutes of the March 16th, 2016 meeting. They haven't happened yet. We are currently about 25 meetings without minutes. There are 25 LSB meetings that have occurred that don't have minutes. This is a big problem. Minutes are a record, they're a legal record of what we do. We're required to keep them, and the fact that we don't have any is a problem. The fact that the LSB hasn't even seen all of those minutes is a bigger problem. It isn't just that we don't get to them in these meetings, it's that they're not presented. We don't have draft minutes. And in the committees that I've been secretary for, the minutes have always been up to date and quite accurate, and so you should all vote for me for secretary.
Jimmy, all right. You have the action votes have been collected, have they not? Okay, please, public comment. Please, public comment. Let the person who is making public comment speak, please.
All right.
On the public comment.
Hello?
Yes.
It's been hard to follow Gary, but I'll try.
Say that again?
So it's a bit hard to follow Gary. I'd like to respond to some of the people who were speaking in the last public comment session. I myself and many other members, independent members on the board, and I'm running as an independent member this time around, have been accused of basically planning a conspiracy against Bernard White and yada, yada, yada. It's very funny because all of us, or most of us, worked really hard during the coup to see that Bernard and the people that were unfairly fired were reinstated. We were really happy when that happened. We thought it was the best thing that could have happened. So it seems a little strange that we would be anti-Bernard White, anti-people of color, running the station. All of a sudden we've all changed. That's not really what happened. What happened was, at least in my case, and in the case of many of the independents, we noticed a decline in the membership of BAI. We noticed it's not just the finance, it's the decline in the membership. When the membership should be rising. This country is headed towards fascism, and everyone in the progressive community knows the state, the awful state of this country. We should have a huge membership.
Right.
What's going on here? Why is the membership declining?
Dwindling.
Dwindling to nothing. It's because the programming is poor. It's unprofessional.
That's absurd.
Then why is the membership declining?
All the stations are declining.
But why is America?
I got involved with BAI because I want the station to survive.
We all do.
Well, it's not going to survive if you have a board that when charges of stealing come up, they will not allow a hearing to take place.
That is true. You voted
That
against
is
it.
true. That when a budget comes up that is faulty, they will not allow other people to have input in it. All they do is bury this stuff under the rug.
Your time is up, and the time for this meeting is up.
Thank you.
9:45. No more torture.
It's 9:45.
That's why Amy has a station, right?
What kind of little sissy pants are you? We have a right to have a meeting.
9:45.
What, you got to go to bed, Yeah, get out of here. You can go for the rallies and everything with your eyes. Your
So why does she deserve? She wasn't extending. So why does she deserve a separate?
Are the results in? No. People in the back.
All right, you have so then that's not right. No, that's not right.
There's the first motion to send.
I know what happened. My soul that's the point.
Madam Chair, can I make a motion to extend for like 5 minutes?
Station back.
Public comment?
No, I don't say this. Why
Yes, the chair can have it done, but we can. Public
I did not say we. You got the station back. No, you got the station back. And then all of a sudden,
Extend by 5 minutes. Please everybody come to order. This is supposed to go. Opposed to extending 5 by 5 minutes. Please raise your hand. Opposed to extending by 5 minutes. Opposed to extending by 5 minutes.
Could you stay a little while? What? What?
What's the vote count?
Extend by 1 minute.
What was the vote count?
9-6. How many we had 9 over here, we had 6 opposed over here, equal 2/3.
About 2/3.
Of the people present. There was a motion to extend by 1 minute to get the results of the election. How close are we to those results?
How close are we to that?
In the back, we need your attention. We need somebody to get the attention of the people in the back. We have the results of the election for Secretary. Can we please have the results now?
If they don't have the results, you should do public comment. Yeah, come on, I need it.
Please come to order. Please come to order.
We do not recognize that this meeting is adjourned. The non-expired delegate, the majority of the non-expired delegate, will continue this meeting at 614 9th Avenue, Westlake. We will continue this meeting will go into recess at 9:45 or whenever we get kicked out.
This meeting, we voted that this meeting would adjourn at 9:45.
This meeting is not adjourned. We do not recognize your adjournment. This meeting is not adjourned. This meeting is going into recess. We are inviting the public to continue attending the continuation of the meeting.
People can meet on an ad hoc basis wherever they wish.
This is not an ad hoc meeting. It is an official meeting of the local station board.
Joyce, what did you want to say?
I said it's tabulated.
How close are we to a result?
It's counted by hand, or?
They can be counted by hand.
There's only 2 people running.
Two people running, there are a few votes.
They can be counted by hand. They can be counted by hand.
Under reliance on technology.
Is there any objection to extending until we have the results?
So let's hear public comment.
Frank, you want to speak?
Folks, what I tried to say before was that maybe some of you know a certain standard way of operating here, and that is to kind of pass the buck and tasks that have been assigned to the local station board are given to other people.
The chair, please call that room to order.
There was reference made a little bit earlier to the search committee for the interim general manager. Now, imagine that this is 75 years ago and the Rice appointed Goebbels, the minister of propaganda, on the search committee for the new Führer. John Riley, whose main task here is to make propaganda films for the JUC, is the head of that committee. You can't make this stuff up. The LSP as a whole is supposed to evaluate the program director every year. The same program director, by the way, who misappropriated funds from this nation. And they didn't do it, however. They let his personal assistant do the job. And they let her take the staff surveys home and keep them in her apartment for a few weeks or months, and would not let any delegates along the station board see them. As far as the CAB goes, sounds like a new idea, but actually, Bob Linder was supposed to attend the CAB before last election. Last time,